I am Aiko, aka Jill, to some of you on here. Jill is my legal name um, from high school and prior. So, like my sister's on here, she doesn't call me Aiko. I am also the Drop Collective. I'm trying to add more things, like Bretman, he has that whole intro. I'm gonna be like him pretty soon. I kind of am a coconut water connoisseur too. So when he started saying that, I'm like, okay, but this is not about Brennan. This is about toxic free living today. I decided to choose this topic because for me it was difficult when I started with oils because I am just like a freak with buying a lot of different things for a lot of different things. Like skincare, you should see my closet, right? Like leggings, you should see my closet for that. So when I got into oils 4 years ago, I was like, toxic free living. I'm like, what? I'm the one that sprinkles that Febreze thing on my carpet to vacuum, right? I don't know where to start. It was just a lot of stuff. So it's an interesting topic to kind of get into today because I'm still slowly making the switch with things, to be completely honest, right? 4 years in doing oils. But I should say, a lot of my team, um, like Charity, who's going to help share today, she is inspiring me to switch more. I see a lot of things that a lot of you are doing as well. And it's a slow progression to kind of switch out all the things and also with being educated about it, right? Because a lot of you or a lot of us don't know what's in the stuff that we use because we've just been using it forever. So I'm kind of excited to share with you guys and have some of my team share too. So we'll have what is interesting when I was trying to think today getting ready, I was like, oh, it's so cool because the people who are going to share with me today are like three of the first people I enrolled and the very first few people that were like, okay, let's do the business together. So 4 years later, and they're still here, and they're the ones that volunteered with me. So I'm like, oh, these are my people. But anyway, um, as you can see, I'm very candid, I'm very open, I'm very no filter. So I apologize in advance because these are like not my usual people that are on my calls. So to everybody else, my cross lines, I apologize in advance. I'm very not your typical wellness advocate. But I promise we're gonna have fun. We're just gonna roll with it. This morning, I didn't review any of my slides, and that's okay because I don't like to. I just get too worked up about it. And I think it's just more genuine and, relatable when you can just spit the knowledge coming from your brain. See, I don't even have the words, you guys. Okay, so let's get this started. So, welcome, Go Drop Society team, right? Wellness Education Series. So, we are in, you guys, okay, there you go. Week 2, Toxic Free Living with Aiko. This is the rest of the schedule going forward. So, jot it down, especially those topics that you do want to jump in to and attend. Okay. So, toxic free living. Let's just get into it, right? Two major sources. Stop. Sources of toxins we're exposed to: household products and personal care products. Okay, I'm just gonna go read this. I'm just gonna read it straight from the slide. While some companies make products that are safe to eat, other companies choose to use human carcinogens or developmental toxins like coal tar and lead acetate. Already when I read that first sentence, I'm like, what? I'm sure a lot of you are too, but don't worry, we'll get into it, okay? When risky chemicals are used in cosmetics, the stakes are high. These are not trace contaminants like those found in the part per million or even part per billion levels in food or water, which means they're just the base ingredients of the product, just like flour is an ingredient in bread. Okay, these chemicals are found in percent levels in personal care products. Nearly all easily penetrate the skin, and some we ingest directly from our lips or our hands. Okay, so we'll get into those toxins. When Ash gave me this slide, I'm like, what? What is that? So I did a little research. Okay, let's get into top 12 toxins that we can find in our household products. So BHA and BHT. A lot of these words are not going to make sense to you, but it's good to be aware because, again, until I started researching really to teach this class, I'm like, wow, mind blowing. Okay. So what is BHA, BHT? Butylated hydroxyanisole, butylated hydroxytoluene. I don't even know how to say these words. AKA it's bad for you. Preservatives. It's bad to have in the products that we may use found in lip, hair, makeup, sunscreen, deodorants, shampoo, even your snacks, processed meats, cereals. Okay. This can cause skin irritation, organ system toxicity, endocrine disruption, and even lead to cancer. Okay. Then there's coal tar dyes. These are listed as CI or C1 numbers. I'm not even sure, but they are color additives derived from petroleum. Okay, it's found in cosmetics, hair dye, etc. So all of those color additives and all those products that you may use. Again, absorbs right in, right? And it is potentially cancer causing. And there's also potential for heavy metal absorption, which is very toxic to your brain. Okay. Then there's DEA. LOL, kid, laugh a little. Not Drug Enforcement Agency. Because when I read that, like for real, I was like, what? What does DEA have to do with this? I thought maybe it was some kind of governing agency on this type of thing. No, it's diethanolamine, AKA the stuff that makes products creamy, sudsy, foamy, and emulsifying. So all those face wash things, right? Like, oh, interesting. There's actually something in there, like a chemical that makes those products do that. Okay, again, cancer risk. Do you see what's happening here? Crazy, right? And the things you don't even think of. Okay. Then there's this dibutyl, whatever, phthalate, found mainly in nail products. Okay, used as solvents for dyes and a plasticizer to prevent brittle nails. Okay, so this DBP, which they also call it, is also used in PVC, which is polyvinyl plastic. When you think PVC, think of the PVC pipes, right? Maybe you use for stuff around the house. Okay, it renders it flexible. Do you want that in products that you put on your body and could potentially soak in and get into your bloodstream, right? Causes developmental defects, changes in testes and prostate, and affects sperm count. So tell your husband stop painting his nails, okay? Because that can affect him a little bit. Which is weird. I literally laughed when I typed this because I was like, oh, weird. It's in a lot of, nail products and painting nails. And I paint my nails, right? And then I'm like, oh my God, it can affect like sperm count and all of that. But I'm like, oh, but maybe men are okay because they don't really paint their nails. But anyway, sorry, off on a tangent. But that's what it does. Okay. Formaldehyde releasing preservatives. These are preservatives in cosmetics, shampoos, baby soap. They prevent against contamination by bacteria. Okay, so when I'm reading this, it doesn't make sense to me. But what this does is it's in your cosmetic shampoos so that their bacteria doesn't form. It's like just a preservative in there, right? It's also found in building materials. And it's banned in Japan and Sweden. But in America, we okay with it, I guess. We risk takers, right? Crazy. It's interesting to see. And I didn't go deep into finding out, okay, are these things permissible or like, what do you call usable, or they allowable in other countries? Interesting. But this was one that popped up in one of the articles that I was reading. Okay, again, leads to allergic skin reactions. And again, that C word, cancer. Crazy. And parfum. You guys, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. What is that? That's a fragrance. But in a lot of stuff, unfortunately, we choose by the fragrance, the smell, because that's what drives me. I'm a really smell good type of person. I like smells. So, right, laundry detergent, lotion, deodorant, perfume, obviously. And women show more adverse effects to this exposure. So again, really weird because women are the people who like that perfume or that sweet smell or that fresh smell, right? But yet we show most adverse side effects to it. Causes hormone disruption and affects fertility, pregnancy, and then again, cancer. Okay, so these are 6 of them. I'm gonna pass it on to my sister, Rochelle, my very older sister. No, she's gonna.
Very older. And he's actually right. It is very older. And that's why when I did these slides, I got excited because number one, I am older. And so it was shocking to me that I've been using a lot of these stuffs probably for years. As well as I'm like a science buff. I love this kind of stuff. Because I'm a science teacher. And so when I was going over this stuff, it was super interesting to me. So I'm going to ask you to bear with me because I tried to break it down kind of so that you could relate to it. I know that after I did my research more in depth on these things, every product that I used, I was like, oh my gosh, like anything that felt sudsy, I was like, read the bottle, it's like, so I would ask that if you want to take any notes today, just take notes on the little keywords that I'm going to give you. Like, we might be thinking about parabens, but really we want to look for a certain cousin or byproduct of that chemical. But anyway, here we go. Okay, so parabens. Notice I wear the glasses to read. Jill doesn't need to, aka Aiko. Okay, so parabens, synthetically made, so it is man-made. It is an antifungal agent. It's a preservative and antimicrobial. So you can see how much benefits it has, right? But some of those things aren't so good. It's easily absorbed by the skin, which can be good or bad, right? It can mimic estrogen. It can also be found in foods and drinks, such things like soft drinks, pickles, dairy products. Increases the risk of breast cancer and abnormal cell growth. So I'm going to flip real quickly to my notes because I had some other stuff on there, and I tried to pick out little did you know snippets. Okay, so my thing on parabens is, did you know that approximately 75 to 90% of cosmetics contain them? It's used in it's used in a lot of food preservatives. So even if like Jill was saying, how with the nail polish and with the men, right? Just because it's in our cosmetics doesn't mean it's not in our foods. So a lot of these preservatives are in foods as well. Let's see. The CDC found it in a lot of the foods and drinks. It's like I said, it's easily absorbed. It increases breast cancer and cell abnormalities. So we got to be careful for that, right? I mean, it has some great stuff, antifungal, antimicrobial, but at the same time, like those commercials, we can stop this ailment, but you might get a heart attack. You might have you might die, right? And so it always has those adverse reactions. So I besides giving you the other little snippets of information, I also am going to give you a quick, and I know we have a ton of awesome classes, but I wanted to give you some alternatives. So besides, we're looking for antifungal and antimicrobial. Well, doTERRA has thyme, tea tree, citronella, geranium, lemongrass, eucalyptus, peppermint. Those are all alternatives. Okay. Next, PEG compounds. So PEG compounds are widely used as thickeners, solvents, softeners, moisture carriers, such as things you find in shaving cream, toothpaste, lip balm, soap, vaping products. And this is where I was like, oh, you go from self-care, shaving cream, toothpaste, lip balms, now to vaping products and antifreeze. Okay, so if it's in those things, can you imagine how bad it is? Cough syrup, bath bombs. It's known to be cancer causing. It may harm the nervous system and interfere with development. That's kind of scary for me. Here is your little bit of information that might make you go, oh my goodness. So PEG compounds were used in World War I in nerve gas. And yeah, it's found in our shaving cream, toothpaste, lip balm, and soaps. It's used in any type of product requiring a cream base. You can also find it in some laxatives. doTERRA's alternative for that is, of course, our whole skincare line, our lip balms. We have a ton of products that can replace that. The scary part about PEGs too is the keyword, the buzzword here, it's usually combined with its chemical cousin, propylene glycol. So that's the kind of words you want to look at on your bottles. Propylene glycol, which opens pores so the product can penetrate the skin. So it has this partner, propylene glycol, which opens the pores so it can allow these PEG compounds to get in to help us with our skincare, getting a deeper shave, whatever it may be, but has its adverse reactions. The other buzzwords that I want you to be aware of when you're reading your bottles is the 1,4-dioxane. 1,4-dioxane is also another chemical that is used in a lot of self-care products, but it's not easily degradable. So it's not good for our environment, remains in our environment, even after being washed on the sink. A lot of these products with the 1,4-dioxane and the glycols, they are chemical agents that lead to genotoxicity and systematic toxicity. Genotoxicity is when a chemical agent can damage and mutate cells. And when cells can get mutated, that's when cancers can come about. Systemic toxicity is the effects that it can have on organs and tissues. Okay, petrolatum. So petrolatum, also known as petroleum jelly or mineral oil jelly. The little fun, I want to say fun fact, but it's not fun. But another side note is it's found in 1 out of 14 cosmetics, 15% of lipsticks, 40% of baby products. Okay, so that's petrolatum. It's used as a barrier to lock in moisture and cancer-causing agent. It blocks oxygen from being absorbed naturally by the skin. And what was cool about this is, as you guys know from 7th grade science, when you learned about evolution and how things adapt. Well, if you're blocking oxygen naturally from getting into the skin becomes less efficient in its natural ways to do that. So it prevents our own bodies from moisturizing ourselves naturally when we do need that. And what else did I want to say? Okay, that's it. Okay, so doTERRA's alternative is, I like this alternative too, because petrolatum is also used in hair care products to give you that shine and that smooth, right? Well, root to tip serum, doTERRA's root to tip serum is awesome for that, and the whole entire care line. Okay, sodium laureth sulfate is a foaming agent or detergent. It acts as a surfactant and emulsifier in shampoos, facial cleansers, bubble bath products, household detergents. It's a skin irritant, so it can cause skin irritation, eye irritation, and it reduces the skin's ability to keep out allergens. The FDA, did you know fact, the FDA doesn't regulate 1,4-dioxane, which can be found in a lot of these products. So remember that buzzword that I had mentioned earlier, 1,4-dioxane? It doesn't degrade and it's not good for the environment, etc. Those are found in a lot of that stuff. So surfactants, some of doTERRA's products that also are active surfactants would be like our On Guard Cleaner Concentrate and our bath and face lines. Okay, so that's like an alternative to that. What is my next one? Siloxanes. Siloxanes are synthetically manufactured again. They help products to glide on easily and dry quickly, like in hair care products, deodorants, moisturizers, medical implants, products that smooth imperfections, all these products are derived from silicone. And it disrupts endocrine function, which is your human hormone. It impairs fertility. It can cause uterine tumors and disrupt nervous system. And it's difficult to degrade again because it contains that 1,4-dioxane. So you can't just wash it down the drain and think it's gone. It's in our environment. Let's see, dangers. Again, we said, impairing the fertility and all of that. The little snippet of information is it can bioaccumulate in nature. So if you know bioaccumulation, it's kind of like ciguatera, right? It's kind of like when you have the the microorganisms that contain this toxin, and then maybe something, maybe it eats, I don't know, it's being eaten by a bigger animal and they get the toxin, and so it actually keeps moving in the chain. Okay, so that's what bioaccumulation is. And then triclosan. Triclosan is a synthetic antimicrobial, again, another antimicrobial, preservative, antibacterial agent, too harsh for everyday use. It's a hormone disruptor. It impacts the thyroid. It's linked to breast cancer. And you can find it in antiperspirants, deodorants, hand sanitizers, antiseptics, facial tissue even, okay, and soaps. And the little bit of information I had is it's a registered pesticide. So that was what I thought was pretty interesting. It is toxic to the environment and it bioaccumulates. And get this, guys, triclosan contributes to the rise of superbugs. And if you know superbugs, that means that bacteria and the viruses that it's meant to kill after a while become resistant to the antibacterial and antimicrobial product. And that's what we call superbugs, right? So they get more powerful over time, basically. And because of bioaccumulation, it can be transferred through breast milk and umbilical cords of babies. That's where they can find it too. So a lot of information, but I hope some of that kind of made you think, because it made me think when I was using my products. And I started really reading my labels a little bit more. But thank you for letting me share.
Thank you. So that was my sister, Rochelle. Again, science buff. She's all nerdy about this kind of stuff. It goes straight over my head, a lot of it. But if you pick out the key words, that we're all talking about, nuts, right? Like someone said in the chat, Jaden said in the chat that why aren't these regulated in the United States? Crazy. So all of that stuff is in our products, like free reign to just kind of ruin our lives, in a sense. Like crazy to think about that. Okay, so this is the fun part. Let's get rid of all that science part and just kind of get into more relatable terms. Stuff you can swap, right? Kind of self-explanatory here, right? Let's just try to swap out your cleaner concentrate, your cleaning product for this, right? Your soaps for this. But let's get into it. This is gonna be fun. This is Charity's section. So Charity and Leah are gonna help teach this, and she helped make beautiful slides as well. So take it away, girlfriend.
Hi guys. So Aiko and Rochelle did drop, sorry, I'm Charity, for those of you guys that don't know, under Aiko, aka Jill, aka the Drop Collective. Yeah, like Aiko was saying too, like when you started with oils, it was so like overwhelming to kind of learn about all this kind of toxic stuff. That's in your house, right? In your cleaning products, things we've grown up with, like how Rochelle was describing, like, oh, like if it doesn't foam, your toothpaste doesn't foam, it's not working, right? Or if your shaving cream is not fluffy enough, it's not working, like this thing is crap. But that's just kind of what we were raised to believe, right? Even with the cleaning products, like Pine Sol. I used to love Pine Sol. I'd be like, open the bottle and be like, this is so good. Like now I cannot stand the scent of it. And I think just it's because our bodies have been like overloaded with toxins, right? Kind of just everywhere. It's again, super overwhelming, but we're here to make it seem not so overwhelming and just let you know that it's like a process. You do it slowly by slowly over time, replacing one thing over another. And like Corinne said in the chat, like, yeah, when we know better, we do better. So they covered most of like the facts and stuff like that. But again, just like your essential oils, there's no FDA regulations, as you guys can see, how much chemicals make it into products like foods we eat, stuff for babies, So there's something like 80,000 chemicals circulating. I have some notes too. 80,000 chemicals circulating in our consumer industry, right? And if they put arsenic in your perfume, the company doesn't have to tell you. So that's kind of scary, right? Like arsenic is kind of a really dangerous chemical and you don't have to tell me as a consumer. So within our household, there's probably about 50 plus toxic household items, many of which we've grown up with and things that we kind of have grown to think it's safe. But they're filled with toxic chemicals that are harmful for our health, right? So even in the tiniest amounts, you're just thinking like, I'm just using this hand soap or this toxic cleaner, right? But all those little things add up, and even in the tiniest amounts, they can cause a lot of health problems. Some of them like irreversible. It's no coincidence that there's a rise in like infertility, cancer, right? Obesity, diabetes, heart disease, you hear it everywhere. Anyway, okay, so your On Guard concentrate cleaner, right? This is like favorite thing from the On Guard line. It's safe and effective. It's free from synthetics and safe for the families, and including your babies and fur babies. It works on a wide variety of surfaces, right? So wood, glass, stainless steel, fabric, and more. And each of these On Guard concentrate bottles comes with a 5 ml is our protective blend. It has wild orange, rosemary, cloves, cinnamon, and eucalyptus. And we got to learn about On Guard oil during convention last year. That sounds weird to say it, but all those oils work together synergistically to provide a better protective, I guess, thing for your body. And then it saves you money as well too, right? So one bottle of On Guard concentrate cleaner makes 18 16-ounce bottles. So if you break it down, right, 18 refills is like 80 cents. 12 refills of a 24-ounce bottles is like $1.25. So that's kind of a no-brainer, right? You, instead of going to the store paying $3 to $5 a pop for something super toxic, you can save money and you can keep your family super safe. Okay, next slide. And some ways to use your On Guard concentrate cleaner. Like I said, this is one of my favorite ones, and we use it just for like everything. So you can do a fruit and veggie wash-ins or soak. It's one of the best stain removers ever. You know, things like, I don't know if we have any men here, but like period blood, that's like the hardest thing to like get out of fabric or your underwear, your clothes, or things like that. But you know, you just pre-soak it with the On Guard concentrate cleaner, it takes it right out. It's super amazing. Again, all-purpose cleaner. You can also clean your makeup brushes for those of you that do use makeup. It's a super gentle and safe makeup cleaner. Makeup brush cleaner. For those mamas, you can clean your kids' toys. You can do a soak. I know some of the mamas use it for like a bubble bath as well. Dishes, stove, floors, carpets, walls, you know, kids draw on the walls too. Laundry, you can clean your washing machine, tough jobs. And I mean, the list can go on. And this is, Leah shared her all-purpose spray with us. So you can choose whatever size bottle, right? 8 ounce, 16, 24. And you're gonna have what you need: On Guard concentrate cleaner, distilled white vinegar, your choice of a citrus, plus On Guard oil, and filtered water. You fill the bottle 1/3 of the way with vinegar. You do 1 full squirt of On Guard concentrate cleaner. I'm not really good at measuring out. I know some people, maybe that is equal to a tablespoon. I don't know, 2 tablespoons. And then you do 10 to 15 essential oils of your choice. And then you fill with filtered water, and then you shake and enjoy. Maybe Leah can explain why you want to use filtered water instead of like just tap water.
Hi guys, Leah here. Filtered, sometimes they say to use even distilled water because you don't want any type of growth to start happening in your bottles of whatever you're making. But if you're constantly using it, like it's gone within, I have 4 kids, so I'm constantly cleaning. So my 24-ounce bottle goes yippity squit, like super quick. So if you're one that is not always using it, I would say stick with just distilled water, even better. But if you're using it a lot like myself, just stick to filtered water, and that just helps with any kind of growth starting to happen if your water is not clean, or you know, you're just getting super like tap water or whatever. But stick to the filtered water so nothing starts doing anything in there when you're cleaning. That's all.
Perfect. Thank you. That was great. Okay. Yeah. So, and again, you can choose like whatever oils you want. If you don't like want to use your On Guard oil, you're using the On Guard concentrate, which already has the On Guard oil inside of it too. So that's a benefit. If you want to cater it more towards your smell, you'll still have that protective base in there. All right. Okay. And then so top oils for cleaning. This was just 4 of what we use daily, like in our household. And I just wanted to share with you too, because your oils are such a great resource for non-toxic cleaning. First of all, we have our citrus oils, right? I love citrus for like literally everything. So they're powerful cleansers and purifiers. They're super good at like degreasing, disinfecting, removing odors or that really sticky residue, you know, sometimes like your stove or whatever has like sticky stuff. The lemon and the grapefruit, super good for that. Tea tree. Tea tree is our anti-everything, right? Antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, antiseptic. It's a powerful cleanser for the air body, and we frequently used on whatever surfaces, you know. Purify. So this is doTERRA's cleansing blend, and basically the name says it all, right? It purifies the air, cleansing to surfaces, and it eliminates odors. This is definitely something we use in the toilet and in the bathroom because it really just kind of keeps it fresh. And it soothes mosquito bites if, you know, we live in Hawaii. So that's the little bonus tip. And then last but not least, we got eucalyptus. So I love eucalyptus. It just smells so refreshing. So I really love having it in my cleansers or whatever I'm cleaning, the shower, the sink, I just add eucalyptus. But it has disinfectant properties, right? And also antiviral properties as well. And it is really bonus property, insecticidal. So it's to keep those creepy crawlies away. So bonus, right? You're cleaning and you're keeping the bugs away. So, okay. And then I will turn it over to Leah. She's going to share with us a quick tip on how to use your oils to clean your microwave.
All right. Hi, back again. Woo. My name's Leah. I've been using oils for, has it been like 3 years, I believe. And first off, microwaves, we just shouldn't even have, right? Like they're horrible for our bodies, whatever. But we all own one, most of us. And they get pretty yuck because we're always using them. Like I said, I'm a mom of 4, so you can imagine I'm constantly having to microwave every damn thing known to mankind. But I just recently came across this recipe from another doTERRA sister, and she always uses it. And I was like, oh, I'm going to try this for the very first time. So you're going to need your lemon oil. She didn't really specify if you can use other essential oils, but I'm pretty sure you can use any citrus because citrus has that property that it can not disinfect, it can clean the grime out and stuff. So maybe wild orange or anything, but I just stuck to lemon. You're gonna need a mug and then your dirty, beautiful microwave. So the instructions, pretty simple. You're gonna put in the mug 6 to 10 drops of your lemon oil. Depending how dirty it is, you're gonna put water. I don't think did she put water? Yeah. So you're gonna put water inside of your mug, a little bit. And then you're gonna put that in the microwave, and then you're gonna cook it for 5 minutes, excuse me. Then you're just gonna let it sit because it's really, really freaking hot and you don't wanna burn yourself. Once those 10 minutes are over, you're gonna open your microwave and then you're gonna take the mug out. You're gonna get some kind of cloth. It can be a sponge, like an old rag, whatever. You're gonna dip your cloth into that and then kind of just wipe down everything and just keep on wiping until it's nice and beautifully clean. And then of course you take out the glass part and you can wash that and clean that and stuff like that. So it's really easy, super effective, smells wonderful. We all, I think, love lemon, right? I mean, it's a favorite of mine, but yeah. Super easy. All right. Am I still going? I think I'm still going. Or are you going back, Charity? Sorry.
Oh, you can go. Yeah, you can go.
Okay, here we go.
Talk about the hand soap and then I'll jump back in.
Okay. All right. So On Guard hand soap. So like Rochelle had talked about all those chemicals, I think in the chat, we are like gung-ho about realizing that there's a lot of crap in these products out here. And I think as women, we love smells. I know I was into the Bath and Body Works. I was into Mr. Myers, Mrs. Myers, whatever her name is. All those Target, you know, brands. I was like, oh, it's so, you know, it's good for me. Like, it's good for my family. And then I had like, no, it's not. Like, you are poisoning yourselves. So doTERRA came into my life at the right time, and I have never went back to any of that crap, because number one, they have their own foam hand wash. Number two, you can make your own. So it's, you know, two sides and you get everything you want, right? You can use the On Guard, but then you're like, oh, maybe I want a different smell, and you can just make whatever. So if you have your hand soap in front of you, you even can look in the ingredients there, and it's just like why can't they make everything just like that? Like, why is it so hard? Life is hard. So this hand soap is super gentle, like enough for your kids to be using it. You don't get dried skin, you don't get rash, you don't get anything happening. It leaves your hands like feeling good. Like, it's just beautiful. It's pH balanced, which I think is just phenomenal. Like, a lot of things out there, they say all these things, but when you're washing your hands, it's like, what the heck? It's all dry is my problem. And you can find all kind of other uses. Like, I start using it to like just wash things, like when I'm washing dishes and I'm like, oh, I can use it for this, and I start washing more things. But it's awesome. I make my own because, like I said, I have 4 kids and we go through hand wash like it's like water. So I can't keep on buying and buying and buying. I just want to make my own. So you can, that option is open for you. And I'm real, like, no measurements. I just squirt, and I just put it in. So I'll put it in the chat after I'm done talking, because I just will go through how I make mine. So I use the same hand foaming container that, you know, you can buy any kind of container, or you can use the one that you got from doTERRA. And I just do half, well, it's a little bit less than half, maybe like a third, I guess, of what is it? Dr. Bonner's Castile soap. I have like a generic one from Amazon, and it's still Castile soap, but it's just a generic one. But that Castile soap, and what else do I use? I do put a squirt of the On Guard concentrate, just like a little one. And then I put my oils, and for that bottle, geez, I probably put maybe a combination of like 15 total drops. Don't quote me here. You guys kind of can play with your own stuff, but and then I fill it with filtered water. And I think that's it that I use. Yeah. And then you're good to go. And it's super, like, you can change whatever oils you want. So if you want lemon smell, you want eucalyptus, you want tea tree, you want any kind of smell, wild orange, you just make whatever you want. And that's how I stick to washing my hands, and that's it. So I'll turn it over to Charity for our laundry detergent.
Oh crap! No, you can keep going. I was just gonna share my hand soap recipe, but that's like perfect.
Oh yeah.
Because Leah and I have like similar recipes and stuff like that too.
You know the measurements, so you can rate the measurements.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just like,
that's perfect. I just, you eyeball it as long as you get it in there, right? But the On Guard, it's great. It's a great wash, but we breeze through it. Even when we would dilute it like a third and some water, like it just goes like that. And especially this last year, right? We've been through a pandemic. So realistically, sustainably, like making your own is much, much better. So
thank you.
Okay, continue.
Sorry, my thing was going, and I was like, uh-oh, sorry. So I didn't know if you were done talking. We digress. Okay, so the On Guard laundry detergent. One of my favorites, like I said, go and look at all your clean, all your non-toxic ones that are on the market. You really will not find anything that compares. And if you do, please let a girl know, because I wash clothes like it's nobody's business. So it's free of dyes, any kind of synthetic fragrances. It has a 10 ml bottle of On Guard in the detergent. It is highly concentrated. So I just had learned, like, if you take the cap off, there's actually numbers inside. Okay. If you do know, I didn't know that, you guys. I just fold the whole thing and then I put it in and I'm like, oh my God, I'm breezing through this way too fast. But there's 1, 2, 3 numbers. And most times you just need to be at number 1, unless you're having like heavy soiled, like clothes, like your child just used the bathroom. I mean, like had a mess in the bathroom, like real heavy soil kind of stuff. Or if you're like wanting to wash all your sheets, so you want to boost it up, you can put it to 3, the full cap. But anyway, I didn't know that all this time. But anyway, it's highly concentrated. So just know that even though you think, oh, I got to put it all the way up because we're used to like making the thing super full. Yeah. Oh, this light is irritating. Just in the past, you just put it all the way to the top and you just chuck it in there with your wash. But for myself, just make sure, I mean, for everybody, just look at your beautiful cap. And color safe for all, washable, temperatures, which I think is really important. A lot of times we think, oh, our whites have to be on a, we can't wash it in hot water, or we can't do this in hot water. Like you can use hot, warm, cold, whatever, and it's not gonna disrupt the power that it has to clean your clothes and make it smelling the best, right? Yeah, I already said. Oh, and 64 loads. It's kind of a lot. I mean, I wish it was like 100 something, but we can't be choosy right now. But just make it last. So for myself, like I said, I go through washing clothes way too much. Somebody needs to do this for me. But I put my cap at number 1. I put a whole skirt, like I grab the On Guard concentrate and I go around my whole washer, just all the way. And then I grab, in the cup that I just put the laundry detergent, I put oils. So for myself, I put Purify. I put 5 drops of Purify. I put 5 drops of tea tree. And then I just recently didn't know what really to do with lemon eucalyptus. Not too fond of that smell, but I know that eucalyptus and lemon, it should be pretty powerful with cleaning, right? Because those are 2 really good cleaning oils. So I started adding 3 drops of that. You don't have to. But what I'm trying to say is that you can add whatever oils that you feel that you kind of want that smell, or you want that extra power cleaning. So it kind of boosts up your On Guard laundry detergent too with cleaning power, because my kids are filthy. Anybody's kids are filthy. Anyway, and then I start my laundry and there you go. Other things that you can add that are very clean and not toxic, for fabric softener, you can put the white vinegar. That helps with like just not having that, I don't know, like sometimes your clothes kind of gets like crunchy. I don't know. Like I hang some of my clothes, my towels, I hang because the sun does wonders to drying things. But then your stuff gets all like ill. Like you want to throw it in the dryer or something to kind of fluff it. But the white vinegar really helps with that stiffness, or that. Rochelle probably knows all this science stuff, but so it helps with that. Another thing is, what is it? Washing soap, I think. Gosh, it's the borax. So it's like a booster, a laundry booster. I don't really know what chemical it is, but it's not like a toxic chemical to us. You actually can even take it internally. That's another story. But anyway, it's really helpful with like just that cleaning power. So after all this is said and done, the laundry detergent is really, really something that you need to swap out in your lives, because you think about it, you wear your clothes. So whatever you're washing your clothes, I was all about Snuggles. I was all about Downy. I was all about all of that smell, because it's like, oh, you smell good. But now it's like, I can't even stand that. Like if I get hand-me-down clothes, I'm like, oh, geez, what did you wash your clothes with? Like you're sitting in that and you're smelling that like all that time, and there's all that damage, all that yuck going into your nose and your body. It's just like, it's mind-blowing. And I don't know what else to say, but just know that even in the dryer, like dryer sheets are like horrible for us. So dryer balls, make the switch to dryer balls, and you can put oils directly on your balls. That doesn't sound very good, sorry. Onto the dryer balls and throw the dryer balls in there. And it helps with drying time. It helps with static, which my clothes sometimes still comes out static, but You can put even aluminum foil. You can make a ball of aluminum foil and throw it in your dryer, and that helps with static. It's like there's so many different ways to help you be non-toxic with our cleaning. So sorry. And that's all. Thank you.
Oh my God, that was freaking awesome, dude. Like, just put it on your balls. Um, I'm sorry. Okay, simple swaps. So diffusing your oils over air fresheners or candles, right? Again, like Aiko said, like Febreze was the greatest thing. Like, oh my gosh, you know, you spray it, it just takes away all this smell. It smells fresh, quote unquote, but again, filled with all these kind of toxic things. But so the benefits of diffusing your oils, right? It purifies the air, it supports healthy respiratory immune system, provides mood support, bonus. It's safe, non-toxic. Of course, we're just talking about doTERRA oils because we all know that cheap oils can be very toxic as well. So doTERRA oils, of course, and it's fully customizable to your smells, your needs. If you want to diffuse it in different rooms, right? You just kind of cater to whatever those are. And then it provides savings, right? So a candle maybe costs 15 bucks. Diffusing the oils in your diffusers, maybe you spend $1.50 in 24 hours, maybe. So air fresheners and candles, the reason why, right, you're limited or stuck to one scent. It's filled with synthetic toxic chemicals, AKA fragrance. You see the word fragrance, that's like a loophole for the companies to disguise what toxic chemicals are going into your products. If you look on the back of a lot of beauty products, you'll see the word fragrance. So it's not safe for adults, kids, and pets. Chemicals can irritate your respiratory system and release toxins that are known to cause cancer. And I just had a like quick fact that I'd found on watching. If anybody watched that Stink documentary, it's super informative. It's basically kind of talking about all of this toxic stuff in the companies. But so there's over 300 chemicals that are found in the human body. That's like me, you, everybody here. And then you're thinking like, well, okay, this is because we're all exposed, right? We've been living life. But they did a test on 10 babies, unborn babies' umbilical cords, right? So your baby inside of you. They tested for 287 chemicals that was in your baby's umbilical cord blood. So stuff like Teflon, Scotchgard, flame retardants, burning waste, right? Chemicals from everyday products. So it's just kind of crazy. Remember, your skin is your largest organ, whether you're putting stuff on topically or if it's just kind of absorbing everything. Yeah, we got to be safe. But okay.
Oh, that's the end of you guys' slides? Okay. Wait, can you guys hear me? I can't hear anybody. Okay. Well, wasn't that awesome? Charity and Leah are so good at teaching. And I love it that they're on here. And that's why I hope that some of my team would teach, because I have some knowledge, but I swear they have so much more. And that's why I said like Charity and Leah always inspire me, because they are like the go-to DIYers on our team. Like, so good. So thank you guys for that. I know we have like 10 minutes left for the hour, but I promise it'll be worth it. We're gonna go over, but we're worth it, I promise. Okay. Our team is fun. Okay, so we're gonna go into the personal, just kind of switch gears now to the personal care products. Okay, not the household, personal care. So I will start off, and then we're gonna have Kamanu go into it. So we'll just try to drop some like helpful tips for oral care. Okay, you guys know, kind of obvious. Yeah, use the toothpaste, use the mouthwash. How many of you don't? Okay, good, no hands, because you should be. Okay, it's, to be honest, not the greatest at first when you're making that switch, because like Rochelle said, right, the sudsy. I even went over one of those toxic chemicals, the stuff that makes it sudsy and emulsifying. Sometimes it's not the greatest for you. When I went more into, okay, what's so bad about regular toothpaste? A lot of times the stuff that makes your toothpaste white, there's actual chemical in there that makes it white, as opposed to maybe ours is like brownish because it has the natural oils in it that'll make your teeth clean, gum health as well. Okay, and also the abrasiveness of your toothpaste is one of probably the worst thing. It's too much. Okay, so what we have in our toothpaste, hydroxyapatite, it helps preserve your tooth enamel, actually, right? Kind of the opposite of what maybe that abrasiveness does in the other toothpaste that you find, right? So again, the hydrated silica, it doesn't ruin your enamel. Okay, and also all the essential oils in there, it leaves your mouth really fresh and it provides extra care. We're gonna go into other oils too that help. If you actually look into oils that help actually heal your mouth, soothe your mouth, the stuff in your regular toothpaste doesn't even do that. So you get a bonus with the On Guard. And then I personally use myrrh a lot because I'm one of those that has the herpes virus in my mouth. Not that kind, not like crazy, oh my gosh, kind, but cold sores, aka canker sores, right? Myrrh is huge for that. And what I do is I just use it neat, which is straight from the bottle, put a little bit on a Q-tip and apply it straight onto that canker sore. I guarantee you it'll reduce the time of that sore being in your mouth instead of like a week, maybe a couple days, few days. I do this a lot, several times a day. Okay, it also helps relieve pain, swelling, inflamed gums, gingivitis, right? So you could do like a rinse, okay, bad breath, and chapped lips. So really good. Isn't myrrh actually one of the is it gifts that Jesus was given, right? Myrrh, frankincense, gold, and no, is it just three? Sorry, I'm really bad. Okay. But yeah, so very, very good oil to keep in your home. Also note that my myrrh gets super crusty. Not a flaw. It's good, you guys. If you think about, dang, this is pure, this is legit, this is the stuff. Because, right, it comes straight from the tree. It's the source. Good stuff. Okay, so if it gets crusty, don't fret. It's a good thing. Okay, mint oils. You guys know it's already in brand X toothpaste because it's that freshness, right? But if you can get that straight, pure, why not? Right? So if you want that extra freshness that maybe On Guard toothpaste doesn't provide, put a drop on your toothpaste, okay? Favorites, obviously, peppermint, spearmint. It also kills the bacteria that leads to gum disease, right? Cavities, gingivitis. So also as a mouth rinse, if you want to just put some with a little bit of water and use like a mouthwash. Super, super good for breath freshening, okay? Then clove. Clove helps relieve tooth pain, including teething, but you got to remember, super hot oil. So dilution is key, especially if you're going to be using for teething for kids. I personally didn't use this for my babies. I use Copaiba straight from the bottle, neat, just a clean fingertip and rub it on the gums. It really helps soothe teething. But I know some other gals use clove. They dilute and actually put it like in a warm washcloth, with water, and then apply it that way. Leah would know. She has like 4 kids, and she probably busted out all the tricks for her kids teething. But yeah, it also helps reduce gum disease. So for me personally, I haven't used clove straight in my mouth, but it is a really good oil to help support that oral health. So, sorry, I'm not watching the chat. I see it going off. But share any other tips you guys have. Keep on going. But we will move it along. I'm going to have Komanu share the next slide.
Hi, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, so part of the reason why I got into doTERRA is because I'm one of those people that never read labels prior to like the pre-doTERRA days. And I also can tell you that all the other things are super true because I have every single allergic reaction to every single product out there, including deodorant. And so for me, deodorant, I was getting itchy and I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? And I tried that, that one time, like straight, like no deodorant. That's not a good idea either. Nobody wants to be around somebody that's not wearing deodorant because they're allergic. So I got into doTERRA and I use the Balance deodorant daily. For me, the Balance one is stronger. You know how they used to, what is that? Strong enough for a man, but made for a woman. I forgot what brand that is, but that's how I look at Balance for doTERRA deodorant. They also have like the Citrus Bloom and all the other ones, but I need strong enough for a man. Just TMI, but that's okay. And then for those of us who are still allergic to this all natural deodorant, they also have this for super sensitive people, this orange one over here. I think it's called, I don't use this one personally, like Douglas Fir. Yeah, Douglas Fir and Greek Orange. And then, so Leah, I have to do this tip. She wants to talk about mud mask real quick.
Yes. So like you, I obviously am white and I smell like onions. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. I'm always stink. So when doTERRA came out with their deodorant, I was always using like Dove or I don't know. I don't even remember what all the ones are. Degree, I think it was. But anyway, all of those are terrible. And the reason why they're terrible is under your armpits, right here, you have your lymph nodes. And there's so much importance because you're slathering on your deodorant, your antiperspirant is the culprit that ruins everything under your underarm. To be completely honest, I'm really understanding that to be stink, like to just have that odor, it's not a bad thing. It is your body getting rid of toxins, getting rid of that yuck that's in your body. So I must have a lot of shit going on, excuse my language, but like, cause I'm stink all the time. But I have tried the Balance deodorant, doesn't work. I actually broke out with rash because I'm allergic to baking soda under my pits. So I use the orange one, like how you just had mentioned, that one doesn't have the baking soda. So it's a little more sensitive. I mean, better for people that are allergic to baking soda. I was still stink. I was like, oh, this is not happening. Like, no. And then on the flip side, you still need to get used to be feeling wet, right? Because you don't have antiperspirant. So feeling wet is kind of gross. And most people are like, oh, hell no, I'm going right back to it because I can't feel wet. I can't have wet spots. No, that's disgusting. But no, you should be okay with that because it's better for you. And plain and simple, like no more excuses. You can be wet, too bad. You can blot it if it's really bothering you. But your lymph nodes are what carries everything throughout your body. It filters your blood, it filters your cells, it filters your fluid. It does miracles in your body to work properly. And if you're clogging them and you're putting shit right there, that's chemical, it's absorbing all of that and it's going throughout your body. And you don't even know what's going on when you're feeling this way, feeling that way. So stop using those damn deodorants and switch to something natural. Try the Balance, try the orange, the natural one, Douglas Fir, excuse me. If that doesn't work, then my next step, which is what I did, was I did the detoxifying mud mask. Yes, it's supposed to be for your face, but I am learning more about detoxifying your body, drawing out all these toxins that have been in our bodies for years and years for whatever reasons, right? Our upbringing. So what you want to do is mask your pits. And you want to do this once a month. You want to set an alarm for it. You want to make sure that you're doing it. And it really it's beautiful. So you just slather on the mud mask and you stand around for 3 to 5 minutes. And then you jump in the shower, or you just wipe it with, after it's done, you just wipe it with a damp, I want to say warm, not too hot, cloth to just rinse it off. And then you're good to go. All done. So I actually did it on my son because he has white stink underarms too, an inherited trait, which is totally terrible. He's only 8K. This is madness. So I've been trying to do it every month. Like when I do mine, I do his, and it has helped a little bit, but I'm still trying to figure out like why at 8 years old you have stink, right? Like I don't know. But yeah. So right now, like for myself, I use, what deodorant do I use? I use Tom's, and it's unscented. So if you can't handle these kind of deodorants because you're allergic or whatever, look at ones that have no scent. And then of course, look at the ingredients. So the Tom's, I use the Think Dirty app, and it's clean. I think it's a number 1 or number 2. And you want to always keep in that green, whatever. When you go on there, you'll figure it out. But and it's been fine. Like my pits still stink a little bit, but it's manageable. It's not like people are like, whoa, and we're not around people anyway, so whatever, right? But the point of my story is try not to use antiperspirant, even with your significant other. Like my husband is all about degree, and I'm like, you're gonna die because you are putting it there, and you have breast tissue. Men can get breast cancer, guys. Just FYI, like it's not that common, but it's there. And so I've been trying to switch him, but he's all about the wetness. Like, oh, my pits. I was like, you're going to die. You want to die? What do you want to do? I don't know. So men are super hard to switch, but just keep pushing your significant other to, you know, to make that change, because it's so important. Like how we care for ourselves now, what we put in our environment, what we put on our bodies, in our bodies, is we pay for it later in life. So I think that is all that I wanted to say about everything under the moon, but thank you. Back to you, Kamanu.
Thank you, Dia. And so also you can also use perfumes, not perfumes, sorry. Replace your perfumes with the oils like rose, jasmine, neroli, and whisper. I've not done this, but I heard that a few other people have done this and they rave by it. Okay, can we go to the next one? Okay, so shampoo and conditioner, like Rochelle and Aiko were saying about all the different products. A lot of people, when I first got into doTERRA and started using the shampoo, a lot of people are like, oh, we don't like it because there's no suds. And how can you wash your hair with there's no suds? And so now knowing what we know, I forgot what the thing is called that Rochelle was talking about, but we don't need suds to make it effective. And then other people, like I know before when I was shopping pre-doTERRA, I would buy the one that smells nice or that looks pretty. It's like, oh, because it makes you feel pretty, but actually you're not pretty, you're toxin loaded. And one of the ways that I really have proof of it is I actually have a lot of reactions now to any chemicals that I would color my hair or any other on the shelf shampoo and conditioner. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but my hair is borinqui. I shop in the ethnic section because it's real like Hawaiian. And so I do shop where and to be totally honest, please don't be offended, but I shop for people who are Popolo shop. And that's how I have to take care of my hair. But me with my curly hair, I can use this stuff and it still keeps it curly. I'm not frizzy, I'm smoother, it's shinier. And I'm probably the worst person to advocate for shampoo, but I have to stand by this one. It's amazing. And I also will add a drop of Melaleuca in my shampoo to help if I have like scalp irritation because all that extra yucks on top of there. And so back to the slides, the other brands, they have toxical chemicals. They're filled with synthetic fake ingredients and added stuff, all that artificial color and smell. And they're hormone disruptors. They're linked to skin rashes, depression, liver damage, cancer, and many more. So I'm like a living, walking example of the rash that you can get from those store products. So the doTERRA shampoo provides light, moisture to leave your hair soft and shiny and silky. And it reduces combining pores in both wet and dry hair to reduce styling damage to hair. What else? It promotes cleaning of the hair follicle, and your scalp by removing that residue that's left behind by styling products. Yeah. Also, so curly hair, I have to wear gel. There's gel in this baby right now because if there's not, you guys would be like, holy smokes. You're gonna sing that Lion King song to me. But then, anyways, this is all gotta come out. It has to come out daily. Otherwise, it's just gonna build up and it's gonna get itchy and it's gonna get stinky and ew, crusty. Like, oh, nails. Oh, anyway. So to the conditioner. So we can, let's see. It has lavender, peppermint, marjoram, cedarwood. Maybe I can't say all these words as well, but I can say it way better than all the other words that were said earlier with Rochelle and Aiko. So that's how we know if you can't say it, then we shouldn't be using it, yeah? Because it's like, holy smokes, it's a fake thing. It's not natural. Okay, we can go to the next one. Okay, so this is the one of the facial product line, and I actually really like this. A little bit goes a long way in the Immortelle oil part. So usually when you use other products before, at least for me, like I would like squirt, and then lather up and get all that fake stuff going and then blah, 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 blah. But now with this, it's like, put just a little bit and it goes all over. You can, it dilutes nicely and it spreads evenly across your skin. So did you guys know though that the average person exposes themselves to 167 different chemicals in her body and face during her daily beauty routine? Holy smokes, artichoke, might as well smoke a cigarette. Ew, that sounds horrible, but it's like the same thing. It's just on your face. So it's made from powerful plant extracts and CPTG essential oils, and it provides your skin with everything it needs. Using the same stringent standards found in CPTG essential oils, the ingredients are used at the highest quality and purity. Each product of this system contains plant extracts that have been extensively researched and shown to promote youthful looking skin. So when I get carded, I'm in my 50s, I'm gonna tell people because I use doTERRA skin products. Yeah, that would be so much fun. Okay, then we can go to the next one. This is Rochelle, I think.
Okay, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail for this because we have an awesome class, skincare class coming up with Brittany on the 27th. And I'm sure she's going to go over a lot of this stuff. So oils, again, for skincare, basically we have the rose oil known as the queen of oils. It helps balance moisture levels, reduce appearance of skin imperfections, and promotes healthy and even looking tones. And it can also be used as like a quote unquote perfume. Yarrow Palm. Okay, so I have, to be honest, I haven't really tried the rose oil, but I kind of like these other three. I use it all the time. So let me start with the Yarrow Palm. So Yarrow Palm, let me move my chat because it's right over that. Okay, so my Yarrow Palm, it's beautifying to the skin. It helps to promote smooth, youthful complexion and supports collagen and production and helps to reduce skin imperfections. And Yarrow Palm, it's a proprietary blend, and it's the Yarrow essential oil is actually combined with a cold pressed pomegranate. Doesn't that just sound a lot better than like 1,4-dioxane and all that stuff? But Yarrow Palm is super cool and it's pretty because it's blue in color. So what I do every night before I go to bed, because Yarrow Palm is a little stickier, so you could dilute it probably with I dilute it with my moisturizer. So I put the Yarrow Palm with my moisturizer. And of course, those anti-aging, the doTERRA anti-aging creams and whatever. I put it with that because I'm a lot older than Jill. And then I kind of mix it together and then I put that on my face. And then it takes away from the little sticky, but you just feel like, oh, it's wonderful. And then the frankincense, okay, I cannot speak enough about frankincense. And for those of you who use frankincense, you know the power of this oil. If you do not have a bottle of frankincense at your home, frankincense could literally replace whatever you use that is an over-the-counter product that you use for ailments. Frankincense is known as the king of oils. It's regenerative in skin cell properties. It helps to reduce irritated skin and appearance of skin imperfections like scars and stretch marks. Frankincense, I use it. That's my go-to oil. Like that and adaptive. So frankincense is just my total go-to oil. My son, a couple weeks back, his tooth was aching. And I'm like, okay, like fast, quick, everything is frankincense for me. So I put it on a Q-tip and I just held it by his tooth, and he was like, wow. Like it kind of numbed it a little and it made it kind of go away for a bit. It also helps with irritation. Like I cut myself one day, like cooking, and I literally like cut my finger really bad. And I just dropped frankincense right on it and I wrapped it. And the next day it was 3 days later. It healed so much faster. Frankincense just it really, I cannot tell you enough about how fast it works for that whole regenerative portion. Frankincense is amazing. And frankincense is one of those oils that you can use all three ways. So you can use it aromatically, you can use it topically, and you can use it internally. So I've taken frankincense ever since Charity had shared that. I drop it with frankincense with my pink pepper and all that's so good. But frankincense is awesome. And then of course we have the Immortelle, and the Immortelle, that's a like Jill put there, it's an amazing blend because it helps to beautify and nourish the skin. And the cool part about Immortelle is it's an anti-aging blend of pure oils. So we call that neat. It's made out of pure oils. It's not diluted. It is made with it in Immortelle. You'll find Hawaiian sandalwood, lavender, myrrh, helichrysum, and rose. So very powerful oils. So awesome stuff.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't find the unmute button. I can't find my thing on my screen myself. Jesus. Well, thank you. This was a little bit longer. We're at the end of the sharing portion of the class. So thank you to everyone who shared from my team. So Rochelle, Charity, Komanu, Leah, you guys are amazing. You guys made the class better than me chit-chatting for the whole hour plus. So just to end it, are you guys on LRP? You guys have any questions, drop it in the chat. You guys can unmute. This is the end of the class, and thanks for sticking with us. But remember, right, it doesn't end here. LRP, just reminding you, a lot of you were like, I don't have that, I don't have this, I gotta get clove, I gotta get yarrow palm. So definitely add it on, right? Create a simple wellness box on your LRP. Get all those items that maybe you want to try out, or maybe you never thought about even trying, right? Put it on, get your free oil of the month, and then get your free product credits. If you guys don't know how to do this, shame on you. Now, but reach out to your upline, right? Whoever brought you here, they can definitely walk you through how to set up your LRP, how to benefit from your account, right? Get those free products. Okay. And that's it. Next week, oils for every age and women's health and hormones. I believe it's with Naomi. So I'm just going to stop sharing at this point so I can see everybody who's left on this call. Oh, there's still 38 of you. Hi, guys. So yeah, thank you again. Sorry, it went a little bit long, but I told you it would be fun. Our people are fun. And that's it. If you guys want to hang out and ask questions or whatever, feel free. If not, I don't even know how to stop recording or any of this, or if we just leave because Ash has to jump off. But did somebody take a picture? Do I have to take a picture? She normally does that, I think, but I don't even know how. Because I have to scroll through the pages. Yeah, sorry. Okay, Cheese, first page. Let's do second page. Who's on the second page? Okay, Cheese, this is like all just nobody's on there. It's just default pictures. But anyway, thank you guys. Have a good day, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Do I just exit? What do I do, you guys? This is her room, that's why. Yeah, it'll just cut off, right? Once everybody's gone.
Who's
I think
the
you have to stop recording, right?
No, but it's in
It's
Ashley's
still recording?
class, and I can't record it, so whatever. I think if we all leave, then it'll just.
Maybe Brittany
Is she the?
can you?
I don't have access to take off the
Yeah, but that's okay. I mean, I guess if we all leave, it'll just close her room.
So even if she gave
Oh.
you
She
whatever
said she's done.
access to it, you cannot stop recording.
No, not on my end. It's on her actual computer.
Okay, well that's okay.
I'm going back in my house.
Oh,
Oh! No, but Ashley, if we
she's
just,
there.
it's fine, right? I think if we just all leave, I don't know, whatever. I don't want to just leave and then leave it hanging, so.